few years ago, I had a prophetic experience, like an interactive vision, I call them, in which I could talk with people. And I saw Christian communities. The time period was the first time, the time period of this was the beginning of the rule of the Antichrist, the first part of the rule of the Antichrist. And I saw Christian communities, and some of these communities housed Jewish refugees. Let me tell you something, the spirit of Hitler is going to rise in Europe again, and Germany again. That's another thing I got in this download. It's coming back to me. The spirit of Hitler is going to arise in Germany, but in the end, Germany will assist Israel, but it's going to arise there first. Some of these communities housed Jewish refugees. Christians were helping them and ministering to them. Others were just Christian communities. Some large, some very large, but some small. Small as 1 or 2 families. Some were fortresses of truth and light, but they all had one thing in common. They were all covered with a huge transparent dome. You know, huge. And I looked at this, I was looking at this, you know, 2 houses were just covered. Other times it was, a whole town was covered, small town. And I looked at this, and just stood there watching, and I watched people come in and come out and come in. Then I watched a man come in, and he walked up against it and went crack. Couldn't get in. I thought, oh, okay. Then I watched demons come up. They couldn't get in. They couldn't just get into there. And I thought, Lord, you know, what is this? Lord, what? I said to the Lord, what are these domes made of? He said, these domes are the covering of my blood. But listen, this was and he looked at me and said, and which I tried to take in, he said, my blood is no longer red, it's light. I thought, whoa. Covered. I thought of, you know, I didn't want to make that a doctrine, but I thought of the children of Israel during the Feast of Passover, you know, everything fell on Egypt but didn't fall on them. Then I tried to walk through it. I thought, I'll have a crack at this. I walked through it very slowly and walked right on the inside. And the power and the presence and the anointing and the light inside those domes was incredible. And some of those domes were as big as a small town, you know? And I thought, wow, this is fantastic. Fantastic. And I thought, oh. I asked the Lord for a scriptural example of this. Still in this vision. I asked the Lord for, and he looked at me and said, haven't you read Psalm 91? I said, I knew that. You know? See, God has a way to keep his people safe. But we must be walking in the truth and we must be walking in the light. These are the days in which we are living. Close to us. Close to us.